Americans live a very privileged existence. Our needs are met for the vast majority of us. We have clean water that comes out of the faucet. We have ample amounts of jobs. Most of us are pursuing jobs we want, not necessarily because like there aren't enough jobs. Like there are plenty of jobs. We're just looking for jobs that we want. The rest of the world does not have clean water coming out of their faucets. They don't even have running water in their flat or in their apartment. They most certainly don't have an over availability of jobs. They don't have basic education, right? So what ends up happening is most of the world has a survival instinct that's cued in to distrust other people. Americans, our survival instinct is the opposite. We actually are cued in and conditioned to trust other people. So when we meet a stranger, we might not feel comfortable around that stranger, but we believe, what does our legal code say? Our legal code says you are innocent until proven guilty. The rest of the fucking world says you're guilty until you're proven innocent. So our conditioning is totally backwards, and it makes it so that we are very susceptible to a smile, a handshake, and a promise. And we're like, oh, you must be a good person, when the world is full of bad people. And we have lost track of that because we sit at the top of the food chain, the top of the economic food chain, the top of the political food chain, the top of the military food chain. We have essentially become soft by our superiority. And unfortunately, Rocco, the fastest way that we will fix that is if our superiority becomes no longer number one, right? We will all change very quickly the day that we are not the only superpower anymore.
Yeah, and it's a crazy time, and I do spend a lot of time on the borders, and the one thing I do see is we still have thousands and thousands and thousands of people coming to America. A good majority of that is still looking for looking for safeties, looking for economic opportunities, looking to protect themselves from whatever's going on in their countries. A handful, I imagine, is here for nefarious reasons. And as long as I continue to see that, I feel like, man, we're still the country people believe in. Like we're still across the world, it feels people still believe in whatever America stands for. But more and more, I start to get nervous on the tactical sense of the vulnerabilities that we've had throughout the past several years. If not, the border has been a kind of an area of threat.